Hello everyone. Let's now discuss how can we solve this problem. Minimum ASCII delete sum for two strings. So first thing is we are given with two strings S1 and S2. Return the lowest ASCII sum of deleted characters to make two strings equal. Let us just take the first part is deleting characters, the sum of deleting characters. That's what I need. And we need to make these two strings equal. Let us just remind, we need to make these two strings equal. That needs to be remembered, right? Now let's look at this. S1 is equal to C, SEA, and S2 is equal to EAT. Now, deleting S from C adds the ASCII value of S 115 to the sum. Okay. Deleting T from it adds 116 to the sum. At the end, both strings are equal. We have deleted S, we have deleted T, right? Now we have EA on both sides. And 115 plus 116 is equal to 231, which is the minimum sum possible to achieve this. Let me take this example, delete and lit. I need to make these two strings as equal. That's what my ultimate goal is. But I need to make the minimum sum of deleting characters. Let me tell you, here L, here the first string or the second string is L, and here I have D. Are they both equal? No, right? Now, if I just have no string at all and on the second string, then here what is the longest equal string I can make from L till here, and I have no string. It is nothing but nothing, right? So the longest equal or longest common subsequence which I can take or make is 0. Here also it is 0, and till here 0, and then till here 0. Now let us take another thing, right? Now I am taking on this side. I am not taking lead. I just took D here. So till here, what is the longest common subsequence when I didn't take any character from lead? I just took nothing or empty. So it would be 0, right? On everything, it will be 0. I'll tell you how we would be matching this to the problem. Longest common subsequence to the our problem. I'll tell you. D and L, they both are not equal. Now, till here and till here, what is the longest common sequence which I can get? DL. Nothing, right? It is just 0. Now, let me just increment this till here. Now, I think you got it. At a point, let me name this as a table, DP. Now, DP of I and J. What does this tell? DP of IJ tells that longest common subsequence till S1 of I and S2 of J, right? This is S2 and this is S1, right? That's what this DP of IJ would tell me. Now here also D and E, they aren't equal, right? So L, E and T, right? It is 0. Now LEE and D. Now the longest common subsequence till even now I am just getting 0. Now LEET and D, still it is 0. Now let us come here L, and here I would go to E, right? So D, E and L. What is the longest common subsequence which I can get? 0. Now L and then E. Now if you see here, E and E, they both are equal. What I would do here is just add 1, right? I'm just adding 1. Now let me just move it here. So I have LEE. Now what I would get here, 0 on top and 1 on the left side. They both are equal, right? So here Even here, I just have only one E, so I would get only 1. I'll tell you how it would work. Now, I went with T and till here also it is 1. Now, if you just compare it, I'm just comparing 0 and this one, top and left. The both in from these both, 1 is the maximum. I'm just writing 1 there. I'll tell you why does that work. Let me tell you how. Now, I'm saying that here it is 0. That means I am comparing till here D and till here lead and D and lead. Till here from these two I have 0. Now what I am comparing on the next side for this one, how do I compare it? Here I am taking DE and here I am taking LEE, right? DELEE. Now I got 1. So if I got a T here, why I don't get this E as the longest common subsequence, right? So by taking LEE and DE, I would get 1 as the longest common subsequence length, right? I'm just talking about the length. So by taking LEE and DE, I would get 1, but by taking lead and D, I am just getting 0. That's why I would prefer taking DE and LEE so that this would add to something in the future, right? So that's how I am comparing the top and then the left. But if they both are equal, here E and T are not equal, right? They both aren't equal. I'm just comparing only when the characters are not equal. Now, let us move forward. Here I have DEL, right? DEL. Wait a second. I have DEL. I'm stopping here. DEL. Now I have only L, right? Now L and L both are equal. L and L both are equal. Now what I'll do, I'll just add diagonal plus 1. I'll tell you why I'm just adding diagonal plus 1. Alright. So L till here only. 0 plus 1, it would be 1 here. Now let me tell you, I would just go to the next thing, LE. Now, LE and I have DEL. Still, now I have L and L as the common, right? But L and E both are not equal. So from these two, the maximum is just 1. So I've just copied that one. Now I would just go LEE. LEE, right? Wait a second. Okay, LEE. Now, even now, I have E or this L, just this L as the longest common subsequence length. So it would be maximum of 1 comma 1. It is still 1. L and T. L and T. What would be L and T? They both are not equal. So maximum of top and left is 1. Now, I would just go to L and I would go to E here. Now I have D, E, L, E and I just have L, right? Now E and L, they both are not equal. So what I would do, maximum of 0 and 1 is 1. E and E, they both are equal. I'll tell you just now, I'll tell you why this diagonal I am taking it. L, E, here LE and DELE. So if you see the diagonal is nothing but I just took the diagonal says that I just took DEL and L. Till here, I just have L as the longest common subsequence with length 1. Now, if I just add an E, just add an E, I would just add plus 1 to the diagonal, right? So by taking the diagonal, I am just excluding the current row and also the current column. Now, by taking plus 1, I am just adding the current row and current column are having the same character. So I am just adding plus 1 to the longest common subsequence, right? So that's why I would add 1 plus 1 here. The answer would be dp of ij would be 2, right? 1 plus 1, it would be 2. So that's how this dp works. Now let me go further. LEE, LEE. Till now, I have LEE and DELE. From these, E and E, they both are equal. If you see again, they both are equal. Now I am taking this LE and L and this E. So 1 plus 1, it would be 2. Now let me go here. T, E and T both are not equal, right? So I have here T. Still now, I am just comparing 1 and 2. What is the maximum? 2. When they both are not equal, I am just comparing the top and left. Now let's go to here. T, I am just writing a T here. A T, and coming again to L. Coming again to L. They both are not equal. The maximum is 1. Now, I'm just going here without changing there. L, E and T here. E and T both are not equal. So the maximum is 2. Now, E and T, they both are not equal and the maximum is 2. Now, T and T, they both are equal, then add 1 to the diagonal, right? 3. Let me tell you how does this work. DELET and LEET. So I took E, L and L, E and E, and then T and T. That's how this DB works. So 3 here. Now let's just quickly go to here, and now L and E, they both are not equal, maximum is 1. E and E, they both are equal, 1 plus 1 is 2, diagonal 1 plus 1 is 2. E and E, they both are equal, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3. T and E, they both are not equal, maximum is 3. So the maximum length of the longest common subsequence which I can get is 3. But that's not how I would solve this problem. Now I'll tell you, they asked us to remove the characters and get the sum of their ASCII values. So if I just removed L ASCII value is 108. If I just remove just L, I would get 108. If I just removed L and E, I would get 108 plus 101, 209. If I just removed LEE, I would get 108 plus 101 plus 102, 310. If I just removed LEET, I would get 426 as the answer, right? Now if I just remove D, I would get 100 and so on till 526, not 627, right? Now let us solve this with the same logic. I would take minimum every time. There I took maximum, but here I would take minimum every time. I'll tell you how I would take. Now let us go step by step. D and L, they both are not equal. Now 108 and 100. Here we are not gonna compare the top and left maximum. I would compare the top is 108. That means removing L would cost 108. If I removed L and also if I just remove this D, what it would be costing me? 108 plus 100 would cost me 208, right? Now, if I just removed, instead of removing the L, if I just removed D, it wait a second. If I just removed the top, nothing but L and D, it would cost 208. Now if I just removed the left, which is nothing but 100, plus the L 108, I would get 100 plus 108, 208. From these two, the minimum is 208. So I would just write 208 here. Now, let me go to E. D and E, they both are not equal. Now, 208 is nothing but I am just removing D and L. That's what 208 mean. Now, if I just removed D and also L, E, how do I just get this? L, E and D. So, for this L and E, I would get 209. To remove L, E, it would cost 209. And removing D, it would cost me 100. So 209 plus 100 would give me 309. Now, 208 is nothing but removing only L and D. If I added E, it would cost me 208 plus 101, 309. So the minimum is still 309, right? Wait a second, I need to use a highlighter instead of writing all this. Now, let us move forward. D and E, they both are not equal, so I would do the left plus the current character. Left is 309. 309 plus 101. What would be the 309 plus 101? I'll tell you in few seconds why does this work. 309 plus 101 would give me 3 plus 1, 4, 10. Now 309 plus 101, 410. Now 310 plus 100. 310 plus 100 would also cost me 410. The minimum from these two is 410. Now 116 plus 410. What it would cost me? 116 plus 410 would give me 4 plus 1, 5, 26. Now 426, 426 plus 100. It's the same 526. So I just write 526, which is the minimum. Now let's go here at this point. 201. Let's just compare E and L. They both are not equal. So 201 plus 108 would give me 201 plus 108 would give me 309. Now 101 plus 208. 208 plus 101, it is the same thing, 309, right? So 101 plus 208, 8 plus 1 is 9, 309. So the minimum is 309. Let's go here. 309 plus 101. 309 plus 101. It is 410. I wrote it here, right? Now 309, 101. Again, wait a second. Sorry for this mistake. When E and E, they both are equal, right? So I just don't need to compare these diagonals. Instead, when what I am taking here is the deleting score or deleting sum. When they both are equal, I need to make these both are equal. So what I would do, I just don't delete it. I just copy what I have in the diagonal, which is nothing but 208. Why I am not adding to the sum? Because E and E, they both are equal. So if I just remove the letter which is equal, then I would be having not making both of them not equal, right? Now E and E, again they both are equal, so diagonal is 309. Just copy it. E and T, they both are not equal. E and T, they both are not equal. So what I would do, first, top is 526. E 526 plus 101 would give me 7 to 627. Now 526 plus 101. 309 plus 116. 309 plus 116. 6 plus 9 is 15. So 425. From this, what is the minimum? 425. 425. How do I get it? 309 plus 116. 309 is nothing but DE, LEE, nothing but removing LEE and DE, not LEE. Instead, I am removing LEE, right? I am just removing L and D, one E only. That's how I would get 309. If I just removed also T, then I would add 116 and I would get 425, right? So I am removing, wait scan, I won't be removing one E, right? Only one E, right? Okay. So only one E will be removed. One E is left without removing. So here I would get 425. Now let's go again here. They both L and L, they both are equal. So 201 is the diagonal score value, right? So I am just copying the diagonal value. Now E and L, they both are not equal. 208 plus 108. What is the value? 208 plus 108. 2 plus 1 is 316. Now 208, 108, 201 plus 101. What will be the value? 201 plus 101 is nothing but 302. From this, the minimum is 302. Now, L and E, they both are not equal. So, 309 plus 108. 309 plus 108. 8 plus 9 is 17. So, 3 plus 1 is 417. Now, again, 309 is completed, right? 302 plus 101. 302 plus 101. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 403. So it is 403. L and T, they both are not equal, right? 116 plus 403. Nothing but left plus the current character. Left is, I think you have understood. If you haven't understood anything, please let me know in the comment section. 403 plus 116. 403 plus 116 would give me 9. 1. 4 plus 1, 519. Now, 425 plus 108. 425 plus 108. 8 plus 5 is 13. 2 plus 1 is 3. 4 plus 1 is 533. From these two, the minimum is 519. So I would write 519. Now, E and L, the both are not equal. Now, 410 plus 108. 410 plus 108. 410 plus 108 would give me 518. 410 plus 108. Yes, 518. Now, again, 201 plus 101. 201 plus 101 would give me 1 plus 1, 2, 302. So 302 is the minimum, right? Now, let's go E and E. They both are equal. What I said is just copy the diagonal element, nothing but 201. Now, E and E, they both are equal. So copy the diagonal element. E and T, they both are not equal. 302 plus 116. Why I am taking 116? I think I am going in the right direction. Yes, I'm going in the right direction. 302 and 116. 302 plus 116. 6 plus 2, 8. 3 plus 1, 418. Now, 519 plus 101. 519 plus 101. 1 plus 19 is 20. 620. So both of them, the minimum is 418. So I will take 418. Now, T and L, they both are not equal. So 526 plus 108. Let me write it. 526 plus 108. 6 plus 8, 14. 2 plus 1, 3. 5 plus 1, 6, 34. So 6, not 6. Where is that? So 302 plus 116. 302 plus 116. 6 plus 2, 8. 1, 418. So 418 will be the minimum. 418. Now T and E, they both are not equal. 201 plus 116. 201 plus 116. Again, 6 plus 1, 7. 2 plus 1, 317. Again, 418 plus 101. 418 plus 101. 18 plus 1, 19. 4, 519. Right? So here it will be 317. Now, let me take T and E are not equal. 302 plus 116. 302 plus 116. 16 plus 2, 18. 3 plus 1, 4. Now, 302, 106 completed. 317, 101. 317, 101. 317 plus 101, 70 plus 1, 18. 3 plus 1, 4. So they both are not equal. 418 is the minimum. Now T and T, they both are equal, right? So here T and T, they both are equal. So 302 will be copied. The diagonal element will be copied. Now E and L, they both are not equal. L and E, they both are not equal. So let's just take 101 plus 418. 418 plus 101 would give me 519, and then 418 is completed. 627 plus 108. 627 plus 108. 7 plus 8. 627, it is hot, right? 7 plus 8 is 15. 2 plus 1, 3. 6 plus 1, 735. It's going somewhere else. 735. Wait a second. 418 plus 101 is giving me 519. So minimum from these two is 519. E and E, they both are equal. So diagonal element is passed. E and E again, E and E again. So the diagonal element 317. Now T and E, they both are not equal. Now let us see what will be the answer. 302 plus 101. The last one. 302 plus 101. 317 plus 116. 317 plus 116. Here it is 3. 403. 6 plus 7. 6, 13. Okay. 1, 3. Okay. 3 plus 1, 433. From this, the minimum is 403. 403 will be our answer. That's how you solve this problem, and I have given the code link in the description. Go and check it. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.